Oh, remember the good old days. This is my first video on YouTube, kicking off my YouTube ministry. Go check it out. I'm a bit, a little, shall we say, camera shy, very uptight in front of the camera. But the point I'm making on this video, it was done during the memorial season of 2010. And I was making a point that it is utter baloney that the governing body does not allow JWs to partake of the communion elements. Just pass the plate and make it a big reject Jesus party. Well, some other things have been introduced to me recently, and it just goes to show that how much baloney it really is. And I want to take a look at this here. Now, here is Paul's second letter to the Corinthians. Let's read it. This is speaking about the state of Christians in Corinth. But he who guarantees that you and we belong to Christ, and he who has anointed us is God. He has put his seal upon us and given us the token of what is to come. That is the Spirit in our hearts. He has put his seal upon us. Okay? God had put his seal upon Paul and the Corinthians. So, Paul got to Ephesus around 51, wrote Corinth. He got to Corinth around 51, wrote 1 Corinthians around 55, 2 Corinthians around 57. So these people were sealed in 57, by 51 to 57. Keep that in mind. These people have been sealed by God. Revelation 7. The angels were about to lay another angel. Well, let's see. I saw another angel ascending from the sun rising from the east, having the seal of the living God. He cried out with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was granted to harm the earth and the sea, saying, do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the slaves of God in their foreheads. So, were these people yet sealed? Who are these people? The 144,000. Now, the 144,000 were not yet sealed by God. If anybody wants to say the seal in their foreheads is literal, JWs, do any of your anointeds walk around with actual seals on their foreheads? No. Now, so the 144,000 in the year 95 were not yet sealed when John was writing Revelation. This was a vision of what was yet to come. Were Christians who were not yet the sealed 144,000 partaking of the Eucharist? Yes, they were. Here is 1 Corinthians, where Paul is hollering at the Corinthians about their bad behavior at the Lord's table. For when you eat it, one takes his own evening meal beforehand, so that one is hungry and another is drunk. Certainly you have houses for eating and drinking, don't you? Or do you despise the congregation of God and make those who have nothing ashamed? What shall I say to you? Shall I commend you? In this I do not commend you. So there we go. You have the Corinthians who were sealed by God when they became Christians, partaking of the communion elements. Were they part of the 144,000? No, the 144,000 hadn't even been sealed by God. This is in the 50s. So it doesn't appear like you actually, in the New Testament times and the Apostolic times, you actually had to be part of the magical 144,000 partake communion. The only JW answer for this was, well, the Corinthians were all part of the 144,000. No, they weren't. JWs, what can I tell you? You guys are getting hosed by your leadership. It's despicable. You know, true people who consider themselves believers not able to take communion. It's terrible. But, you know, whatever. Keep believing this stuff is the truth. Knock yourselves out.